everybody. My name is Nyemade Boiwu. I'm the Chief Content Officer with AllGo. I'm so excited to bring you another episode of our series, Love Handles All, because love does handle all in all bodies. Everybody deserves love. And so we're excited to bring you a series that shares different love stories with different people. So I'm so excited. Today I have Deborah and Jake with me. Would you two like to introduce yourselves a little bit before I start on the questions?
I'm Deborah, and this is my husband Jake.
Easy.
I'm Jake, and this is my wife Deborah.
What do you both do?
So I am in school right now for medical billing and coding, and then I do artsy stuff on the side.
Nice.
And I work insurance. I actually work at State Farm, so I'm officially Jake from State Farm.
Oh, so. Nice. Very nice. Well, how did you two meet?
You want to go?
Yeah, I'll go. Technically, we went to high school together, but we didn't really know each other. I think she knew of me because I was in theater and I did all like
He was the weird kid on the morning announcements.
Yeah.
Doing the theater reviews.
And movie reviews. But we didn't actually meet until shortly after we graduated, and we met each other at the parties of mutual friends that they were throwing. And we just bumped into each other, started talking about our mutual love of bad movies, movies that are so bad they're good. And then that was kind of it. We just kind of were ships crossing in the night for about
10 years.
About 10 years after that. A lot of like meeting up and then disappearing, and then meeting up and disappearing, and then eventually we both had relationships opposite, away from each other. And then after a
couple bad breakups,
we decided to meet up, and we stayed together.
Yep.
I love that.
We never knew that we both liked each other. We're so just awkward. We never had a clue.
That was going to be my next question. If you knew the whole time you liked each other, if you just thought you were friends.
I was completely oblivious because apparently there were just a lot of moments that I missed that I just a lot of it was just me like, oh, this girl's awesome. She's a very good friend. Don't want to try and push my luck. Otherwise, I'm going to lose a good friend.
And for me, it eventually got to the point of like, all right, he's clearly not going to do anything. Like I can tell there's something there. So our relationship is literally based on me just saying F it and grabbing him and kissing him one night.
Yeah.
And the rest is history. I love it though. I love that you took control. Because sometimes we women have to do that.
Yeah, it was weird to be the one in control of the relationship for once. But I like the power.
Were you afraid that you would continue that relationship dynamic and have you, or has it settled back into like you guys taking turns on leadership?
I think we take turns.
Yeah, it's a lot of just kind of like back and forth, depending on how one person's feeling, the other one will take charge, and vice versa. Or we just both stay in charge and we just figure it out mutually.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. How was the transition from being friends for 10 years off and on to being in a relationship?
I panicked after making the first move. And I was like, I ruined this friendship. I'm not ready for a relationship. I got to cut this off. And then a month later, what did I do? This was the dumbest mistake I've ever made in my life.
Oh no.
And thankfully he still took me back. So,
you had the kiss and then you ended it. You're like, I don't want to speak.
Shortly after, yeah, I was like, this was a mistake. I'm sorry.
Yeah, shortly before we became anything official, it kind of there was that break.
Yeah, we're both pretty shy and awkward, so it was a lot of adjusting for us, I think, or at least for me, it was.
It was a lot of me being patient. So, and I was perfectly fine because it was worth the wait.
He is a Zen master.
Oh, that's good. Well, I'm glad you two found your way back to each other. What was your dating life before you two? I know you said you had some breakups in that 10 years. Were you dating frequently or not as much?
Very not often at all. I was a pretty late bloomer, and yeah, most guys aren't usually into a thicker girl, and it was very hard. I had one guy once tell me at a party he didn't like girls with big boobs. I'm like, I can't do anything about that for you. Sorry.
Right. Yeah. I don't know
So
why they feel
like,
the need to share that.
right. It was like, thank you. I'm gonna go over here now. But so yeah, neither of us did a lot of dating.
I tried online dating.
Me too.
And I got into one relationship that turned bad.
Hmm.
But shortly after, I reconnected with Deborah.
So it all worked out in the end.
It did.
So it's meant to be. Did you, I know you talked a little bit about guys and their preferences. Did you feel that like with online actually for both of you? Did you feel like your size was a hindrance at all? Did it hold you back, or were you more okay being forthright, like online, like putting out like full body pictures, things like that?
I mean, I was always nervous, but I was just nervous not about how I looked, but just being me. Like just very nervous and awkward to begin with.
Mm.
I'm also not super nervous about hiding this. I did theater since elementary school all the way up until just before the pandemic. So I'm perfectly fine putting myself out there as is and just being me. It was just kind of awkward, like trying that with like a one-on-one situation as opposed to me in front of a crowd.
Yeah,
So
that stage. Yeah.
I found it a little difficult. Like there's, not as many people into a certain type of girl or anything. I'm pretty nerdy in particular also. So I think that narrowed down the pool, but it'll, I think the people who are out there, everybody's got a different taste and different type. So
Yeah, absolutely. And there's love
it's all
for
subjective.
everyone. Yeah, and everyone is beautiful. It's all, like you said, it's all subjective. So talking about your relationship, and not to start a fight, but could you each tell me something that your partner would say bugs you, like a pet peeve of theirs? So like Jake, what is Deborah's pet peeve of yours? And Deborah, what is Jake's pet peeve of yours?
so like a pet peeve that she would say that she had just about me, or
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Probably, and I'm not sure if you can hear my dog off screen doing it, but snoring. Uh, uh, we try to make sure she is fully in stock with like earplugs, and I'm trying every device that there is out there to muffle when I'm sleeping. But I think that might be the biggest pet peeve. Maybe indecisiveness too, which kind of shows since I can't pick between snoring or that. So
What's your sign?
my sign?
He's an Aquarius.
Aquarius. I'm trying to see if I can get better about picking out people's signs. I still can't. I really just know myself, and that's it.
Same.
Yeah. I'm a Leo, so who knows?
Yeah.
And I'm not the one who did theater and everything.
Right, what you would think. Yeah.
I was the behind the scenes person.
Mm.
I'd say probably what he'd say about me is like that I need more like confidence and like going out and doing stuff and on my own, probably.
Okay.
I think more hobbies. He always wants me to try new hobbies.
Hobbies are fun. Is that what you would have said for each other?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I
You
think
both
so,
get yours
yeah.
right? Nice.
Yeah.
And then what are your top 3 favorite things about each other?
Oh no. I'm gonna cry. I'm definitely gonna cry, sorry. He really is my rock. He is the calm to my crazy. And no one sort of has the same sense of humor like I do, like he does. No one can make me laugh like he does. And he's just the most generous person with like his friends and people that he cares about. Like he will give his last dime to someone if they need it. So sorry.
No, I love that. Those are good ones. What about you, Jake?
As much as she'll deny it, she's whip crack smart. Like, she thinks on a whole different level than I do, and will like pick things out that like I'm very oblivious about. Honestly, humor as well. As much as like I can hang out with my friends and whatnot, no one has like this almost word for word type of sense of humor as she does that matches me so perfectly, to the point that like we will finish each other's sentences and we'll just know what the other person is thinking, and to the point that it gets kind of creepy. That we're just able to like pick up on, and it's like, oh, did you know about this? And I was like, I was just about to say that.
The pandemic really concentrated us down. Yeah, I think
whatever psychic connection exists, if there is one, was strengthened.
It's stronger now.
And third, she's honestly just the most caring person. Like if she detects there might be something that I'm feeling that's wrong or something that's off, she's on it. She will just surprise me with things, just being sweet and just being so caring.
Oh, I love that. No, I love that. I love that you two have had such, and I don't think I even asked, how long have you officially been together?
Dating, it's been
about 7.5 years dating, and then we've been married for a little over 3 years.
Yeah. Nice. We had originally planned our wedding for September of 2020. And I started a new job December 2019 and decided, let's go ahead and just tie the knot now so I can make sure you're on my insurance and everything. And then we'll still do the wedding in September of 2020. Nothing bad's going to happen. And we can just make it happen. But
then COVID
finally
happened.
in 21 we finally got to have the big
friends and family.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I'm glad you still got to have that. So just for a last question, I always ask everybody, part of this is to put messages out there for us when we were younger. So if you could talk to your teenage self about how life has been, dating has been, all of those things, like now that what would you tell your teenage self?
Oh God. Like guys who are actually available.
That's a good one.
I had a thing for like falling for guys and finding out like, oh, you're into my friends. Okay. So I think, going after someone who's actually into you, not just because someone was nice to you for 5 minutes.
I guess I'd probably just tell myself, don't be afraid to take a risk, to take a chance. We probably would have been married many more years longer than we are now if I had done so. She tells me a story that I didn't realize, but like we had met at a mutual party. I ended up at her 21st birthday party, and her DD was drinking. I wasn't, because I don't drink that often. And so I offered to drive her home, and I drove her home, and I dropped her off, and I said, all right, have fun. Happy birthday. Good night. And meanwhile, years later, she tells me a story of like, he could have kissed me right then and there. And, and I'm just like,
you're just totally oblivious to it. Yeah.
34 now. So
yeah,
it's been a while. But yeah, no.
But it's also good that he wasn't trying to take advantage of you.
My thought is, she's been drinking. Yes, I think I like this girl, but she's been drinking. And if I do anything now, then I'm going to be a jerk. And
I hear you. I appreciate it, because we need more guys that think like that. We need more of them.
He is the last knight of chivalry, really. Because he's like, I'm always doing little things for him. He's always doing things and taking care of things and just always there.
Awesome. I love that. Well, thank you both so much for joining me today and for sharing your love story. And thank you, those of you watching at home. And I hope you'll continue. If you're not already subscribed, please do so you can follow and see the other love stories.